when you come face to face with a $50 bill? How I act is, well, to be perfectly honest, I'm not really qualified to comment. Me holding anything over a 50-cent piece is a television first. But what I'm getting at is that everybody behaves in a different way when they come in contact with money. For instance, if I showed this to my father, Herbert T. Gillis, he'd say,
"A $50 bill, how beautiful."
If I showed it to my friend Maynard G. Krebs, he'd say,
"If your father was here, he'd say, a $50 bill, how beautiful."
And if I showed it to Mrs. Chatsworth Osborne Sr., she's the rich millionaire lady who lives in the big white house on the hill, she'd say,
"A $50 bill, how quaint. I didn't know they made money in such small denominations."
See what I mean? We all have this certain special way we behave when we come face to face with money. But what happens when we come face to face with no money?
We have just lost $30 million and we're wiped out. Now, this is nothing to get excited about. Stand back. Be calm. Don't get excited. I'm going to kill myself.
See, I can't understand it. How could we possibly lose $30 million overnight?
American know-how.
God, mercy. Does this mean I shall have to give up my polo? Ponies?
You can bet your imported boots from now on, their hay and alfalfa will be our dinner.
Courage, Mumsy. When a crisis like this arises, an Osborne man is always ready to save the family. We're not doomed yet.
Oh, Chatsworth, you're the last remaining Osborne man.
True.
We're doomed.
Have no fear, Mumsy, for I am your son and I shall take care of you.
If I may be permitted to comment, young master, a hearty ha-ha-ha-ha-ha.
I shall rise to the occasion. I shall devise a way to save us that is truly shrewd, imaginative, inventive, and brilliant.
You rang?
Mamie do. How happy I am to see you. How very happy indeed.
You're happy to see me?
Yes, indeedy do.
Take me, I'm ready to go. I heard everything. Take me, I'm ready to go.
Come on in.
They say it's absolutely impossible to get blood from it. This is Maynard G. Krebs. It's much tougher to get money from him, or blood too, for that matter. The reason is simple. He doesn't have any, blood or money. So what evil scheme did Chatsworth Osborne Jr., formerly a walking bank book, now a member of the Nouveau Poor, have in mind?
He's gonna kill me and sell my brain to science.
Sell your brain, Maney?
Sure, why not? And I just answered my own question. I forgot I brung it up.
Krebs, baby, what on earth makes you think I'd pull such a rotten, low-down, sneaky trick?
On account of your rotten, low-down, and sneaky. Next question.
All right. I'll admit that in the past I have occasionally been a trifle, shall we say, devious.
Shall we say crooked?
Duncan, why don't you go home and play with some used razor blades? Maney do. I'm not thinking of myself now. The money I'm talking about is for a poor, needy family. They're desperate, on the verge of starvation.
Cut it out, Chats. You know how soft I am in the head. I cry when I watch television. The A's can't beat the B's. You know, with the little flap that goes...
Crash, baby. We are college students, members of a highly privileged group. It is our duty to help those less fortunate than we.
Gee, Chatsy, all I got is 3 pennies and an old Dewey button.
Thank you, Manny. That's not precisely what I had in mind. Observe that student at the table near the chemistry building. She is gathering funds for an orphan home in Lower Patagonia.
Oh, them poor little Lower
On
Patagonians.
this campus, we have charity drives for Albanian animal shelters, Bulgarian hoof and mouth relief, for everything except for those poor, unfortunate souls right here in our own community. True?
Like true.
And we are going to organize a campaign to help our neighbors. True?
Like true.
And you are going to be in charge. True?
Untrue. Me? Surely you jest.
No, Maynard. You are the logical man to help these poor unfortunates. Every solitary student on this campus respects and trusts you.
Well, that just goes to show how many stupid solitary students we got.
Now, of course, I could help out these poor creatures myself out of my petty cash box, but I feel that helping our neighbors is the responsibility of the masses, not merely of the superior few.
Namely you.
Who else?
Chatsworth, what's the name of the starving family?
I'd rather not say. They're in a bad way as of now, and they'd be Embarrassed.
How come? I'm in a bad way and I'm not embarrassed.
Scraps boy, friend of the poor, the downtrodden, the helpless. You say you'll do it.
say anything.
You say
You
you'll
say
give
anything,
it your all.
Not me.
You say you'll leave no
didn't say it. You
stone
say anything,
unturned.
Not me.
These poor unfortunates are back on their feet again. You say you'll
didn't say it.
devote
You say
your
anything,
life
Donkey.
to their welfare. Congratulations and a million thanks, oh great-hearted one.
We're hooked. Somebody must have said something.
Not me. Just keep these few simple rules in mind. 1, be persevering. 2, be hardworking. 3, be honest. And 4, 5, and 6, don't say a word about this to your friend Dopey.
7, 8, and 9, why not? He's a good guy. He'll understand.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Huh?
Never mind the stupid questions, stupid. Just follow my instructions. Tremblay!
Hola, young master.
Hey, Chatsy, what's all this folderol?
Can't you tell, Maney do? It's the clever, clever way you're going to help out that poor, desperate family.
Me? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Like help! Like help! Like help this desperate case. Toss your coins in the washing well.
Maynard, that's wishing well. And how much money have we collected so far?
About 50 coins, or maybe 100. You know I ain't too good at geography.
50 coins, honest?
Well, pretty honest. The last kid I had to twist his arm to get the last 3.
That's okay. It's a worthy cause.
That's what I kept telling him while the doctor bandaged his elbow. I gotta give some more of my public. Like help the needful. Toss your coins in the wash and wishing well, and be a pal to your friendly neighbor. Dear, kind, generous friends, or Walter Funk, would you rather be a cheap tightwad?
Hey, wait a minute.
Was you addressing me, cheap tightwad, sir?
All right. Here, Maynard.
Bless you, sir. I love the sound of a penny.
A penny? Walter, you only threw in a penny?
It was a nickel, and so what?
Yeah, so what? A lot of cheap tightwads only give a nickel.
Walter, how can you embarrass me like this? Put in some more money, or I'll never speak to you again.
But Samantha, my love, we don't even know who this money's going to.
Well, what's that got to do with it? That wishing well's here to put money in. Walter Funk, you're
Try Fink.
a fink.
It's Funk, and I'm not.
That's the trouble with people today. They don't trust anyone. They're always questioning. Well, where's your faith in your fellow men?
Yeah, how about that, Fink?
Maynard, the work you're doing here is magnificent. And I, for one, will do everything I can to help. And so will every decent person.
Bless you, ma'am. Bless you.
Bless you all. Bless you one and all in one. Bless you. Bless you.
Forgive me, Maynard, for questioning you. Here, take this. It's all I've got. I only wish I had more.
Don't come back until you have.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Walter, darling, I just knew you'd see the light.
Oh, I feel better now. All clean and glowing inside.
Nice fellow.
Yeah, and I done it all with my little bill. Oh, what a good boy am I.
So Maynard and my cousin Dunky found themselves right smack in the middle of a low-down, crooked scheme. And they didn't even know it. Nobody knew it. In fact, nobody knew anything. Nobody even asked questions. They just kept throwing coins into the wishing well. Before long, it was the biggest thing in town.
You were trying to tell me that Brannigan, the druggist, dropped $5 in that wishing well?
And Mulcahy the butcher put in 10. It's like free advertising.
Brannigan and Mulcahy, the 2 cheapest cheapskates in the neighborhood.
Present company accepted, naturally.
Naturally, now just a minute.
Herbert, what are you going to do about the wishing well?
Plenty.
Uncle Herbie, you're not going to put in money, are you?
You bet I am, and on second thoughts, you bet I'm
There's
not.
the Uncle Herbie I've grown to know and love.
Yeah, well, never mind, Smart Apple. I'm going to give him some supplies from the store. It's more practical and useful and considerate.
And cheaper.
And cheaper. Dunky, what do you think Maynard needs most to pick up more of that dough?
You're going to give him a new wishing well?
I'm going to give him a bucket of paint and some cardboard, and he can paint some new signs.
That's the Herbert Gillis that I have grown to know and love.
Yep, Dad did the wishing well bit. He actually gave something for nothing. Another television first. Meanwhile, Chatsworth had his hands on a gold mine, or to be more accurate, a money mine. You see, while Maynard was collecting loot from the kids, Chatsworth was collecting from Maynard. Tremblay and Chatsworth had dug a tunnel under the wishing well to make sure they didn't miss a penny. But Chatsworth still wasn't satisfied.
It's a slug. Oh, mice and rats. If there's anything I cannot abide, it's a dishonest person.
I second the motion, young master. They are the lowest.
Like help, like help.
Afternoon, Maynard. Duncan, I want to congratulate you on the fine, generous work you're doing and present you with this contribution collected from the members of the faculty.
Like help, like help.
Maynard, I just put my contribution into the wishing well. Weren't you paying attention?
Yeah, but I need to practice wailing. Like help, like help.
Maynard, pipe down. But there's more money where that came from. Dean Magruder is organizing a raffle, and all the proceeds are coming here.
Glorioski, you're all heart, Dr. B, except for the party as teacher.
Say, here are a few coins that I forgot. Ah, what a grand and glorious feeling. Anyone who doesn't adore contributing to a worthy cause like this must be out of his mind.
You must have been out of your mind to trust Chatsworth Osborne, Jr.
Oh, no, Dob. I was the same as I always am.
That's what he said, out of your mind.
Oh, ye of little faith. You mistrust ye fellow man. You mistrust ye friends. Ye...
Or a kook, Maynard.
I'll buy that. I just don't want nobody to say I ain't agreeable.
Maynard, how could you do a thing like this? Chatsworth Osborne, Jr. is the sneakiest kid in the whole town.
In the whole state, he don't know nothing on a half scale.
Now, just a minute, let's be fair. After all, Chatsworth Osborne Jr. may not be the most trustworthy boy in the world.
Granted.
I'll buy that. Just trying to be agreeable.
But why would he do such a thing? He certainly doesn't need the money.
We certainly don't. To the Osborne family, the Rockefeller family is a charity case.
It never occurred to you, did it, that Chatsworth might really be trying to help a needy family?
Right. It never occurred to me.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Me neither. Just trying to be agreeable.
Where's the money you fellas collected today? Donkey, where's the money you fellas collected today?
Oh, Chatsworth picked it up after school let out.
How much was it?
I don't know. It's pretty hard to count the money when they pick it up in the armored trucks.
He picked it up in an armored truck? What a racket.
It's disgraceful.
It's shameful.
It's shocking.
It's reprehensible.
I wonder how I can get in on it. Just putting you on, Winnie Pooh.
Well, there's sure something fishy going on here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
You gonna stick up the armored truck?
You're gonna grab Chatsworth and work him over with a blunt instrument till he sings like a bird, huh?
Maynard.
Oh, good thing. Sweat it out of him. Give him the 4th degree, the blunt instrument. I mean, no sleep, no water, and hours and hours of grilling and clambering and...
Maynard, enough.
Too much. I scared myself.
What I'm going to do is pick up Dr. Burkhart at the college and then take this to the highest possible authority.
The police?
Higher than that.
The FBI?
Even higher.
You mean...
You bet I mean.
I mean, this is Mrs. Chatsworth Osborne Sr. And when you speak that name, stand at attention, sir. Very well. I want everything in perfect condition for my arrival. There will be no waiting, no delay, just impeccable, instantaneous and courteous service. Very well. Oh, don't annoy me with your nagging apologies. Oh, how I hate to be kept waiting when I go down to the unemployment insurance office for my handout.
Beg pardon, madam, but there's a long line of creditors at the door.
But don't just stand there, Tremblay. Turn the hose on the rascals.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, madam. The company has shut off the water.
Oh, how embarrassing. What am I going to use to wash down the champagne?
Might I suggest a very dry Chablis, madam? 1927 was an excellent year.
Tremblay, have you lost your marbles completely? You know I despise Chablis. Remind me to fire you.
Yes, madam.
Oh, don't stand there fawning. Bring in the largest creditor. I'll bulldoze him myself.
Beg pardon, madam, but you're speaking to him.
You?
Aye, madam. You owe me back salaries amounting to $11,722.40.
Tremblay, you wouldn't care to toss for it, would you? Double or nothing?
Oh, no, madam, I would not. I recall how you won the entire state of Delaware by tossing coins. In fact, it was I who fixed the coin.
Never mind your blabbermouth. I'll go polish some silver.
Yes, madam.
Mrs. Osborne, we've got to talk to you.
Not a chance. I only speak to tradespeople on Thursdays.
It's about Chatsworth.
There is no day I wish to speak about him. Oh, Chatsworth, dear. Why are you thrashing around like a wounded mackerel?
Oh, Mumsy, make them let me go.
Oh, surely you jest. Don't relax your hold for a moment. He is slippery.
Mrs. Osborne, we have discovered that Chatsworth is the mastermind of a clever confidence game.
Impossible.
It's tricky and dishonest.
Possible.
Mumsy, I only did it to restore the honor of the Osbornes.
Oh, quiet, you oaf. How could you restore the honor of the Osbornes? By cooking up some sneaky, crooked scheme and getting caught at it.
Oh, Mrs. Osborne, this is a serious matter. Chatsworth organized a charity campaign to collect funds for what he claimed was a needy family.
But he refuses to tell us the name of this family.
Right, so it's as plain as the nose on your face that, no offense, that there ain't no such family and that your son ain't no gentleman.
Who says he ain't?
Now, wait a second. You mean Chatsworth was telling the truth?
It's hard to believe, but yes. He was collecting for a poverty-stricken family.
No, Mumsy, please don't tell them. I beg of you.
If I don't tell them, you'll go to prison.
Tell them. Oh, the humiliation of it all. I shall never again be able to hold my wicket up at a cricket match.
Now, let's cut out all this jabbering and get down to brass tacks. This kid is into me for $16, which I laid out to furnish the paint and the cardboard to make them signs.
And he took money from practically every student on campus.
So name the needy family.
The name of the needy family is namely us. We are, if I use the term correctly, penniless.
The Osborns broke? I should be so broke.
You'll never make it, Gillis. We are broke $30 million worth. Try and top that.
You've lost all your money? What happened?
You remember Black Tuesday? Well, with us, it was Black Monday through Friday inclusive.
But what about Osborn Manor and the cars and the servants?
The servants won't leave. I owe them too much money, and we can't sell the cars. There's very little demand for solid gold spark plugs. No one can afford to buy Osborn Manor except the Maharaja Bakshish, and 12 of his wives don't like my color scheme.
Oh, mice and rats.
You're really flat.
As a pancake, Gillis, as a pancake. Chatsworth, you'll have to give back every cent you collected. Every last cent.
Well, if he does that, I'm sure everyone will be willing to forget the whole thing.
Don't be so sure. I ain't willing to forget the 16 bucks he owes me for paint.
Everything on this estate is mortgaged to some government or another. So I fear the only way I can pay back the piddling amount I owe you is I shall get a job.
A job? Mumsy, please, not so loud. Suppose Grandfather Osborne should hear you from that big brokerage house in the sky.
Mrs. Osborne, what kind of job could you get?
What's the problem? What bank in town needs a new director? Mumsy is qualified to foreclose with the best of them.
I'm afraid they don't quite do it that way.
She better think of something because I want my 16 smackers.
I am a genius at arranging intimate formal dinners for 40 or 50 people. I'm an absolute marvel at keeping servants on their toes. And I am a whiz at home decoration. Mr. Gillis, meet your new housekeeper.
You, Mrs. Chatsworth Osborne Sr., my housekeeper?
Chatsworth goes along as the butler.
Oh, doom, oh, black day.
Housekeeper and a butler, huh? You know, I think Winnie might like that.
$16 worth of service.
How does a month sound?
A month?
Okay, 2 months. It's a deal.
Dad had every right to believe that Mom would be happy if he got her a maid and a butler. So when he told her that Mrs. Osborne and Chatsworth were coming in to work for us, she had a quick answer.
Oh, I know it's kind of a shock seeing them like this, but I bet you're going to learn to like the idea.
Your respectful butler, madam, at your service.
Your respectful maid and housekeeper, madam.
How do you like that?
Oh, Gillis, you ox, don't stand there. Show your servants to the servants' quarters.
Oh, yes, yeah. I fixed up a room for you over the garage.
What about my bags?
Yes, say, what about your bags?
You, sir, are no gentleman.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, all right.
Mine too, Gillis. This butling is exhausting work.
Yeah, here we go. Who's butling here?
So we had a maid and we had a butler. Naturally, the maid's purpose was to make life easier for Mom.
Aunt Winnie, what are you doing?
I'm cleaning the windows. I'd die if the new maid thought I was a bad housekeeper.
And the butler's main job was to make life pleasanter for Dad.
Oh, what a day. I am bushed.
Sir, your robe, your pipe, and your evening paper.
Oh, so that's what butlers are for, huh?
Yes, sure. That means yes, indeed, do.
Oh.
Your pipe and your evening paper.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not going to spend the evening in a crazy outfit like
Oh,
this.
please, sir, don't embarrass me by revealing your ignorance. That's the latest thing. Feed up.
Yeah? Well, what happened to my evening paper?
I cut out all the unpleasant items. After a hard day at the store, I won't permit you to read things that might upset you.
By this time, Dad was a bit upset. Well, not exactly upset. What he was ready to strangle Chatsworth. And that was only the beginning.
It ain't a big deal after a day like we just... Call the cops. Somebody swiped our kitchen.
Mrs. Osborne, what happened?
Oh, I got rid of all that miserable old stuff, and I replaced it with new equipment. Charming, isn't it?
Charming? It's charmingly nuts. How do you think I'm going to pay for all this junk?
Well, Giuseppe cannot work in all that other kind of junk.
Giuseppe? Who's Giuseppe?
The finest chef this side of Paris. I just ordered him for you, $1,000 a month plus expenses.
A chef? But we don't need a chef.
Of course you do. You certainly don't expect me to cook, do you? My specialty is supervision. Par excellence.
Now, just a darn minute.
Stop breathing. You're fogging up the copperware. The grand piano is on the way up.
A grand piano?
Yeah, but of course. Giuseppe is Italian. How do you expect him to cook chicken cacciatore without the proper musical background? Namely, grand opera. Surla. There! Stop that gold bricking down there. Sultium baccio.
I've heard about people having a servant problem, but in our house, the servants were having a people problem. And the roughest part was still ahead.
Hey, Dobe, what time is the new maid gonna serve dinner? I only had one thing to eat since breakfast.
Yeah, lunch.
No, midnight snack. You know I don't cut time too good.
All right, you kids, clear out of here. The guy from the city tax assessor's office is on his way upstairs.
Hey, you gonna try to chisel him again this year, Mr. G?
No, knock it off, Maynard. And on second thoughts, you better stay here. You make any property look depreciated. All I am trying to do is to show them that we are just plain, honest people, and put a little dirt on your face, son. It'll make you look even more pathetic.
Dad, come on, Maynard.
But look, all we want to do is to show the man that in every little bit would help, you know. Mr. Nichols, as you can see, we're just plain, ordinary, everyday, hard-working people.
Well, Mr. Gillis, your report's the same this year, and so is the room. Radio turned around, cover over the TV, table hurriedly messed up, and under the pillow, the bronze elephant which you won last year at the lodge and which you never declared. However, I see no reason why the tax assessment shouldn't stand the same for this year.
Oh, that's what I said. We're just plain, honest people. You know, no frills, nothing fancy. Practically live on pickles, hot-belly, and sauerkraut.
Tips are served, madame and monsieur.
And the hors d'oeuvre. We had to send out for the caviar.
A butler and a maid? Caviar?
Mr. Nichols, don't jump to conclusions.
Yeah, please, Mr. Nichols, don't jump to conclusions. You see, you wouldn't believe it.
Well, we took the liberty of throwing out your crockery and replacing it with this imported silverware.
And we replaced your old dime store glasses with this beautiful Lalique crystal.
Imported silver, caviar, champagne. Gillis, I'm doubling your taxes.
Oh, please, your honors.
Just wait until you see the new tablecloth. Irish linen, a bargain at $20 a square foot.
Hey, Mr. G, are you through chiseling him yet? Doubling the taxes, I'm tripling them.
Mr. Gillis, we promised to work for you until the $16 we owed you was paid off. Now, are you sure 2 days are enough?
2 days is all I can afford, so we are even, and goodbye.
Mrs. Gillis, I want to thank you for your kindness and your sympathy. Sometimes when a person runs into a streak of hard luck, she learns who her friends really are.
It's all right.
And all of you have been terribly decent to us. Terribly decent.
See, I'm getting pretty misty.
We only did what anyone would do if he was a fine, decent, honorable human being.
Oh, it was more than that. You showed a true sympathy, and I shall never be able to thank you enough.
Madam, what are you doing? I went to the rubber plantation in Brazil that you'd given up for lost.
I'm telling you that...
Madam, remember the Brazilian rubber plantation that you'd given up for lost?
Yes, what about it?
It's bounced back, madam, and the price of rubber has risen to a new high, and oh, madam, you're wealthy again.
$35 million, Wilson.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Now I can wear vests again.
Mrs. Osborne, I want you to realize that what we did out of a true sympathy.
Quiet, Gillis. I speak only on Thursday to tradespeople.
Just a minute, Chatsworth. There's one thing I want to talk to you about.
Wait until Thursday, Dobie-Doo. What's good enough for Mumsy is good enough for me. Come, Mumsy, let us depart this slum.
You ragamuffin. Carry our bags. I'm loaded again. I'll give you a shiny new dime.
I'd rather have a dirty old quarter.